Hey.
I'm Connie.
I'm Connie.
And I'm Connie.
And
we are That News Travels Fast.
I forgot who I was for a second.
Okay.
All right. So today we're just going to do a fun light podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to pretty much be all about us. So all about us. That sounds crazy. But anyway, so I'm going to ask the questions and then you can answer them.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you like to do in your free time?
I really like playing cards because that's something like me and my family usually do.
Okay.
And so I'm mad because I'll be having people to play spades with,
Yeah.
or 5,000 or 52 or anything.
Okay.
It's like, so I like to play games like we play Taboo or Name 5. We get a little hostile, but you know, it's fun. So I really enjoy doing that. I do read. I play games on my phone all the time. We introduce each other to different games.
Mm-hmm.
I like going to the movies. It's something me and my dad used to always do. I haven't been a lot since the pandemic. Right. I went to see Tenet at the theater and have not been back. So those are some of the things I like to do.
Okay. I
like traveling too, you know, but so.
Okay.
What do you like?
In my free time?
Yeah.
If I have free time, I like to do one of two things.
Oh, Lord.
Sleep and nothing else. So if I can just have time to just sit and do absolutely nothing and not think about nothing either, I think those are my favorite things.
Yeah,
and I'm so serious.
Laying in the bed is comfy, but it's like, yeah, then my mind started like, oh, you could be doing, you know.
Yeah, so like yesterday, I was off yesterday. I didn't work. I didn't go anywhere. I actually stayed in the house, and I had purpose within myself that I was going to rest, take a break, do whatever it is I wanted to do. But I kept telling myself, you don't want to clean. Like, because sometimes you'll have that attitude, but you'll be thinking, oh, I can organize this or clean this or whatever the case. So I decided to do nothing, but I did have thoughts that would come and say, girl, you are being so lazy and you need to be doing something. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Right.
I need my rest because I work very hard. So
you do. Yes. I helped out and I was like, I don't want to ever do this again. I can't believe people's in this for a living.
See?
My body was all hurting. I just came from lifting weights. I didn't have breakfast, so I was lifting weights for an hour.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't have breakfast. And it was you for like 4 hours.
That was crazy.
I was like, oh my God, my body hurts. I just wanted to lay. I got right in the shower.
Well, praise God.
Yes.
So free time. Okay. Favorite music?
Favorite music is gospel, but I like 80s R&B, 80s music. Like Aaliyah was one of my favorite artists. Okay. You know,
is
I like
80s or 90s.
She might be 90s, but Aaliyah was born in like 79, 80, something like that. Oh, okay. She's older than me, but so probably 70s. I like oldies though. Like my mother has me liking the Whispers and what's his name? He used to do good love music. I can't think. But like I like, you know, older stuff too. What's his name? I can't think. He sings "If This World Was Mine."
Luther Vandross.
Yes, Luther.
Oh, okay.
And so, but I listen to a lot of gospel now. That's my main forte. But every once in a while, we'll just, you know, throw some old school on. So I follow 80s and 90s era, you know, stuff like that. So I like a little bit of jazz, but like, yeah, I like when they really sung about something. So I kind of like my mother's generation music too, when they sung about love and other things besides, you know, sex, money, and hoes and all that.
Right. And murder.
And murder.
Yeah, right. My favorite kind of music, I will say, I'm going to say, so that I don't necessarily have a favorite music.
Okay.
I'm going to say the reasons why I like the music that I like. So I have a love for gospel, of course.
Yes.
You can listen to gospel music and be like so encouraged or lifted up. Like it does something to your, well, I think all music does something to your spirit, but it does something to lift you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can listen to R&B all day, all night, and be dealing with depression, all kind of stuff. Like, you might be triggered by something they said. Like, it's just a thing, you know, depending on where you're at, you know. But I do like R&B. I like gospel. But I like all music. I think if it sounds good and if they have like a good, if the words are good, I you know, if it's a rock song, I might like it. Right. If it's country, I might like it.
I like a few of those, like
yeah. It's like I like Tennessee Whiskey. I really like that song. But anyway, I kind of like all genres, but my go-to is gospel, and I will listen to like the oldies, is like R&B. Lately I have, so I know it's crazy because there was like a whole stretch of years, maybe like 15 years, where I didn't listen to no secular music at all. So
Me too.
So I'm just finding out like some people. So like I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, I heard this song by Fantasia, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know Fantasia. I didn't know she had some new music out. And Monty was like, that is like 5 years ago. So anyway, sometimes I hear stuff. If I hear something, I might like it or whatever. So that's for the music. Okay, movies.
So there was a time where I really loved just hood movies.
Okay.
So New Jack City, A Bronx Tale, Hoodlum, Donnie Brasco, Scarface, Juice, Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning. I said Scarface already? Yeah. So I love that. But I also like movies that stimulate me mentally. So I really like Inception because it has you wondering and it gives you good dialogue. But I like action movies. I like thriller movies. I just like movies, right? I'll do a love movie. I like funny movies, but not stupid funny all the time. So I like a variety of movies, something that grabs my attention. But yeah, I used to have my time when I like hood movies, and then they did like I read the book True to the Game, so when it came out, I was like, oh, let me go see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like movies.
Okay. I would say I don't have favorite movies, but there are movies that I will watch over and over and over again.
Like
and
Argentina, not okay.
No, like The Godfather 1, 2, and 3. That's it.
Okay. I forgot about them. Yeah.
Number 2 is my favorite one out of that set, but I'll watch those like over and over and over. So I decided a few years back I needed to stop watching The Godfather all the time. And really, I don't have time to like really watch TV or watch movies. So we started getting into just watching things on the go, maybe on my phone or something like that. And I was just like, yeah. But anyway, Godfather used to be like my movie. And then and I'm gonna say Color Purple.
You want to watch that over and over?
No, I don't. But I've seen it 1,000 times.
I have too.
But I think it's all the lines. Like, all the lines, we use those in everyday life. Yeah. So I think that's why I like the movie. The hood movies, I always felt sad with the hood movies.
You did?
All the time. Somebody got killed. So it was always tragic. It was tragedy. Juice made me angry.
Yeah, I did. It did.
The betrayal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, with the hood movies, although I watched them, I was like, I would be disgusted by them. Like, oh my gosh. Can we have something good happen? Does everybody got... The good guy always got to be killed in every hood movie.
Sometimes I be wanting the bad guy. No, the bad guy gets killed too.
I'm just saying.
I be wanting them to live. Like, even in Paid
You be wanting the bad guy to live?
Sometimes, like, okay, I'm trying to think of a movie I wanted the bad guy to live. I don't know. But, like, with Paid in Full, I couldn't do the betrayal like how he did do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I'm trying to think of when I wanted the bad guy to stay alive.
Why did you want the bad guy to stay alive?
It's not in all of them. It's something like the bad guy kind of turned kind of good, or he had like a good reason. Heart. He had a good heart, a good reason why he did things. It wasn't like totally like my MO is just to kill everybody in the world. Like that wasn't it usually. Most times.
what was the name of the movie? The white guy who his daughter got kidnapped. Taken.
Yes.
I do like the Taken series.
Okay. I like White Man Can't Jump. Like,
okay,
you know, stuff like that. What else? Radio Raheem.
I did like Radio Raheem.
What I didn't like the Goonies, you know, hey you guys. I was like two. My sisters would watch that. So like some of those old ones. I like Set It Off. What else was out? Like
no, see, Set It Off made me so sad. And then every time I hear that song, what is it, Missing You?
Yes. Yeah,
I feel sad. Like I lost somebody.
Yes.
That's what I mean, like.
But I liked Love Jones and like, you know, those, you know, so I just like movies.
Okay, gotcha. All right. What TV shows? No. What's your favorite food? Sorry.
Food? I don't know if I have a favorite food. So my favorite vegetable is like probably like cabbage and broccoli. It's more cabbage. My favorite fruit used to be plums, but now I don't know if I have a favorite. Like I just like fruit. I eat like grapes, and then like I like apples, but I like the yellow apples, which I find are really rare now. And so I see red and green often, but I really like the yellow ones. So okay. I don't know favorite fruit. I eat bananas. I like blueberries. I like raspberries. I don't know. So I don't have it, but like cabbage is my favorite vegetable, and broccoli. But I like asparagus. I really like. You had some today.
What? Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
So I don't know. I like vegetables. Like I eat vegetables with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So.
Okay. Are you a vegetarian?
I'm kind of veganish, but I eat fish when my body's craving it. So
okay,
I don't know what I am. I don't have a title. I eat what my body needs.
But you don't eat meat outside of fish?
No.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not doing dairy.
Gotcha. All right. And you had some oat milk pops or whatever.
Yes, it was really good.
It was good.
Yeah. It was nice and vegan. You know, no dairy. I liked it. It was really good.
And oat milk is not bad, actually.
I really like it.
I tried it. I made banana pudding with it. I didn't taste a difference at all.
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker and rich in almond milk, so I get like almond and oat. And it's a nice. I like it.
I can't do almond milk.
Yeah,
I'm allergic to nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's your favorite food?
my favorite food grouping is seafood. I like seafood.
Mm-hmm.
Crab, lobster, shrimp. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that was mine before I kind of switched.
Yeah.
You know, I would have me some mussels. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite vegetable is probably. I'm thinking it's probably greens.
Yeah, I like greens. I forgot about collard greens. I eat that often. Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to like what's the other greens? I'm starting to like them better. No. Kale, collards. What's the other ones? Mustard greens.
Oh.
I'm starting to like them a little bit better, I think. As I'm getting older.
I like kale, and you know, mushrooms has become like my meat. So if I make pasta, I make it with mushrooms. And,
okay.
You know, to give me the.
I like kale chips.
Yes.
You ever make kale chips?
I haven't made kale chips. I like kale chips.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and the little.
So
you ever had the pea chips?
The pea chips?
Yeah, it's like snap peas or whatever, and you can make it. Yeah, it's really really good.
So okay. So favorite food. Okay. Books. Do you have a favorite book, or what do you usually read?
I read Christian books, usually things that I'm dealing with. I just like to read, though. I like to get information. I don't have a favorite book, though. Not that's coming to mind.
Do you have a book that has impacted your life?
Yes. It's a book called Hind's Feet on High Places.
Oh, okay.
And I read that at a time in my life where my mother was kind of in the hospital struggling with cirrhosis of the liver. And then she wound up passing. And that book taught me what it means to build an altar. Because we often see the altars at church. And I learned in that time, like the altar is a place in your heart where you forsake your will for his. So in that season, I had built many altars. But it was a really, really good book. It just, that's probably the one that sticks out the most that I always remember and reference.
For me, I'll say the Bible. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of reading. Mm-hmm. I know that, you know, in intercessory prayer, like we had to get books when we were doing classes. Mm-hmm. We had to get books for that.
Women's leadership, we have books to read.
Yeah. So, you know, you end up reading things, you know what I mean? So I have a lot of spiritual books or whatever, but I'll say one book that I have continuously went through and read for over 20 years now is Power of a Praying Wife.
Mm-hmm.
I use
like
those
that.
prayers in there. I got Power of a Praying Woman and Power of a Praying Parent as well. So, but mostly the Power of a Praying Wife and the Power of a Praying Parent, I use those. Like, I might be praying and I'll just go look at the list of things that they pray for. And if something jumps out to me, I'll pray for that.
Have you read Handling Conflict God's Way?
Handling Conflict. Who's that by?
I don't remember, but that was a really, really good book. She taught me a lot. She talked about prayers. One thing she taught me in there, she talked about raising your kids, and her daughter had gotten married, and so her daughter had an issue with her husband, and she came and talked to her mom about it. Her mom was like, wait, does your husband know you're talking to me about this?
Right.
Is he okay when you talk to me about this? Have you even talked to him about this? And when she said no, she was like, we can't talk about this. Like,
wow.
But she also, but she also gave a lot of things, like doing little things, and she gave me ideas about ways to like honor my husband, and saying like when I get married, and she talked about how they had a little light, and if he came home and the light was on, it was like you could wake me up, and she talked about being intentional. So I think one time she was going out of town, and she went to her neighbor, her friend, and was like, mail one of these every day. So every day while she was gone, her husband got something from her. So she taught like the intentionality of pursuing and honoring and loving and and I was like, none of the things I was thinking. I said, I stepped my game up in my thought process about like how to honor and love my husband. So it's a good book. And then you taught me about his and her needs. I really like that book because he does some stuff like, this is how you're in love with two people at the same time. Like, you can't be. But when he talked about that love tank, I was like,
yeah, man. If somebody's feeding you your need, man, you'll just be falling in love with them, which is, yeah. It gets a little grayish and a little murky when it comes to like you having someone who's meeting a need that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can become an attachment.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many different things. You can, a soul tie.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And we don't think about that.
Right.
Just from giving me a need. And at first, it seems so innocent and you don't realize it.
Right.
But then you start desiring the need more. And so you start desiring the person. So it's not really the person, it's the need they're meeting.
And sometimes it can start off innocent.
Yes.
So, for instance, using an example of my husband, let's say me and my husband, we don't communicate well, right? And I am desiring emotional stimulation and intellectual stimulation. And so I go to work, right? And the guy at work is just full of wisdom and knowledge and loves to talk about things, and we talk about things, and so I'm now excited to go to work to talk to him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so that excitement, it starts off like innocent at first. And then next thing you know, I think a lot of times we don't recognize what we are going through. Like we ignore things. So at first I'm going to work regular. I'm excited because this guy's so great, and I'm only seeing him as a coworker that's a good guy to talk to, right? But next thing you know, I'm picking outfits that he might like.
Yeah. That's
a telltale sign that we've gotten over a little bit too far. Now I got to pull back. If I'm thinking about him when I'm getting dressed, or while we were talking, he was talking about, he liked red, or red is his favorite color. Now I'm looking for red clothes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how emotional attachments start, and then you having sex. I mean,
next thing you know, it might get to that point. So you really have to be aware of self as well. A lot of times we're thinking we need to be aware of other people, but you need to be aware of self and what your needs are. And I know for me, being a married person, if my husband isn't meeting a specific need, I will make sure not to look for it in another man.
That's good, because you're intentional about, let me not see it. Because the enemy will show you what you're looking for.
Right.
And you know what I wonder so many times, Consuelo? How many people are with somebody because they meet a need, so they thought they liked the person?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, one time this was many years ago, we were going through it like really bad. And so we weren't physical touches like my love language.
Yeah.
We weren't really touching at the time. So I decided that I wasn't going to hug any men at church.
Yeah.
And although it was like awkward, it's only like a couple men I would hug anyway,
Yeah.
because I have to discern that there's literally nothing,
Yeah.
no type of, and just that little,
Yeah.
But I remember, going into the building, and I remember there was a man at church that normally he would just come up and say, "Hey, how are you?" Ask about my husband, the children, how everything was going, blah blah blah. And this time I put my hand out to shake his hand, and I remember him looking like, what's this?
Yeah.
He never said a word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I remember feeling like I need to be intentional about not getting that physical touch from another man, because I will be drawn in there like, oh,
yeah, right.
Thank you for this hug. I needed it
so
so bad.
Like, wait a minute. Right. What's going on with you?
Right. So
I remember a time you wasn't even giving nobody physical touch, because I'm like, you're not gonna give me a hug, and you kind of text me why, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like I need to just
yeah.
Okay. So all right. So food, books, TV shows.
I don't really watch TV.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
What?
So I thought about a book that I read that I thought was very pivotal in my life. It's He That Sets the Captives Free.
Yes. We read that together. Yes, that's a book.
That book I read like 3 times, but it really, when I first read it, the first time I read it, it took me to a higher level spiritually.
It did.
I think that, although I do think, because it talks about the demonic and stuff like that, you really do need to be prayed up to read that book and ready to read that book.
Right. And Pigs in the Parlor.
Oh, yeah. Pigs in the Parlor was good.
Yeah. And then, I'm in psychology. So when it talked about schizophrenia and all the demons along with it, I was like, oh, snap, Lord.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Oh, I got the inside. I want to be, So, yeah, it definitely did. But, yes, we read that. And actually, the Lord asked me some stuff after reading that book. It was heavy. But it was like, will you do this for me? And so I learned the difference between God's permissive will and his perfect will. And his perfect will. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, Lord, I want your perfect will. It was a hard answer to the question. I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're going to accept a call or accept what God wants, and what you go through when you say yes, right? You be like, maybe I don't want yes.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is the church teaches this. They teach. The church, as I'll say as a whole, they teach you don't got to suffer through stuff. And the Bible says the sufferings of this present world are not worthy to be compared
with the
that
glory
means you
that
suffer
shall
stuff.
be revealed, right?
Yeah. So anyway, excuse me. All right, TV shows.
I don't really watch TV. Like, I guess me being a doctor, like, I'm a movie watcher, but not I'm gonna sit down and watch shows. Like, there are a few shows that I like I like All American. My uncle's like, you should really watch. I don't know. I forgot the man that is like, he gets falsely accused. He goes to prison and for life. He said I should watch that.
Oh, I did. I watched for life.
Did?
Yeah, me, Sean was watching it, and then I started watching it.
Yeah, I heard it's good. I've watched a couple episodes.
That was good.
And then I'm watching Blacklist. But you see, I don't have the time to keep up every week with a show.
Exactly.
So I just don't watch it. Give me a 2-hour movie. I watch it. It's done. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not every week. I'm not going to keep up. And I'm not going to sit and watch. I'm not going to binge watch something for 7 hours. I'm just not.
For me, that's the one good thing about having these phones, social media, or whatever. Like, if I do get a free moment, I can actually pull up a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because I remember with For Life, like, I would go to bed. For Life was coming on at 10, I think.
Okay.
I think it was coming on around 10 o'clock. And I would be, like, knocked out, ready to go to sleep. But I remember staying up one night to watch with Sean. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, this is so good. So, when I would have a free moment, I would, like, play it, you know. But, yeah, I like For Life. I like Prodigal Son.
I haven't seen that.
To me, it's really good, like, because what I like about it is the emotional trauma that the prodigal son is going through. His father was a serial killer, and he struggles with, am I like my father? Okay. So he has some attributes that his father has. Okay. And so it's very difficult when you see that you have some attributes that your father who was an actual serial killer, you don't know if those attributes come with the serial killer part,
right,
or if those attributes just come from the man. You know what I mean?
right.
And so I think children or even adults, sometimes we get that part confused. Like, you'll be hating your father or mother because you have a piece of them, but it's not necessarily the bad part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so his dad was a serial killer, but he is using the skills, the same skills that his dad has. He's using those for good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To help the police and,
yeah,
do all that kind of thing. So I like how they deal with the emotional, like he be going through it.
Really?
Yeah, and I think I like how they're dealing with that part.
And helping him through the process.
Yeah, but in the show, like, they're not purposely helping him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I kind of like that aspect of it too. It's like watching someone work through things. And then especially sometimes I think we often go through things by ourselves, unfortunately, because you're often thinking, no one's going to understand this craziness.
Right.
Even though there's always someone who will understand.
Yes.
That's a lie from the pits of hell.
Yeah.
That nobody understands. But I like how they just show him just like going through stuff and still working it out, still going to work, still doing blah, blah, blah. Because I think it's real life.
It is. We have to work through things and continue to work and do everything we always, we have. Life continues no matter what we're going through. It's how we're managing and coping with our stress or our situations. That's
So I used to watch all of Chef Ramsay's stuff.
Okay.
So like Hell's Kitchen, all the everything.
Okay.
But I kind of got away from it because I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
So when I can catch it, sometimes they'll post the videos on YouTube or something. I get to watch, but I can't necessarily watch series. So
and you used
to
watch
TV.
Scandal, right?
Oh yeah, I used to watch Scandal.
I
that was my show. Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh,
Scandal would come on, and How to Get Away with Murder would come on afterwards.
Okay.
And I would actually stay up to watch that. Some days I would be like, girl, just come on. Don't just go to bed. But I really like that show. So yeah. But anyway, I don't think they come on anymore.
No. Yeah. They stopped Scandal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really into that. But everybody was like, oh, every week. And I'm like.
So you've traveled to a lot of places. Okay. Where would you like to travel?
That I haven't been to, or can I go to the same place? Okay, no.
I
want to go. I want to go to Japan because they said Tokyo is like a New York. So anything they compare to my city, I need to see.
Okay.
So I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, which I was supposed to go to in June before the pandemic. So now this trip is coming up this June. So hopefully we'll get to go. I want to go to all 7 continents. Once I go to Australia, I would have had, I think, 6 of the 7. Because I think the only one left is Antarctica. I've been to Europe. I've been to Asia. I've been to South America, North America, obviously. And Africa. Yeah. So I've been to 5 of the 7. And I'll hit 6 if I go to Australia. I'm going to Antarctica for like a weekend because I don't like to be cold. I'm just going to say I was there. I need to go to the warmest time of the year. I don't care if the warmest time of the year is 5 degrees. I'm going for 5 days and I'm never going again.
You're so crazy.
I am. I want to go to Italy too. Excuse me. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Japan, Hawaii. I want to hit more of the islands. Like I've been to Jamaica and Trinidad and the Bahamas, but I want to hit like I haven't been to Cancun, but I've been to DR.
What's DR?
Oh, Dominican Republic.
Okay,
sorry.
I know people are gonna be like, "What the heck is DR?"
Barcelona was nice, so I want to go to Spain and. Different places. I'm trying to think where.
So you basically want to go everywhere.
Yes, okay, I feel like yes. Yeah, more travel.
We get it.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, so for me, I've been to Africa twice, and I just want to go to Africa over and over and over again.
Oh my gosh!
Until I can visit everywhere in Africa. Like I just love Africa.
So what parts of Africa did you go to?
I went to Ghana. I went to Kenya, and I went to South Africa.
Okay.
That's it, right? Yeah.
Because we in South Africa there. I like South Africa. I want to go to other
South
places
Africa
too.
was really nice and totally different from Kenya.
Oh, yes.
That's why I was like, oh, Lord,
Yeah.
I have to visit every country in Africa.
Yep.
So
and then even
that's
some
my
places
desire.
in Africa is really, really nice. In Kenya, like we went to Mombasa, we went to this resort, and it was beautiful. But South Africa is more modernized, Americanized, so we can drink the water there, you know.
Yeah.
I want to go to
the
Ghana.
hotels we stayed in South Africa was nice.
I know, yeah, girl.
Nice. So anyway, that's the only place like I really have a
Nowhere
desire
else,
to go. No,
you said you were going to go to Australia with me.
Child, first of all, Australia has bugs the size of people. I don't get that part.
Listen.
When I be seeing them YouTube videos, there's like a spider the size of a whole garbage can.
No, so stop. Everybody talks about that, and I'm like, I like spiders.
What? I feel like if I go to Australia, I'll be in a horror film. I don't.
Man, God is not giving you a spirit of fear.
He hasn't, but if I see a spider that big,
so you're not gonna...
I'd be like, get me out of here quick fast.
That's what
I will not be eaten by a spider. I will not.
Ma'am.
I'm just saying. Okay.
That's what they said in Costa Rica. They was like, well, the bugs have been there before we have. I'm like, one time a bug was in one of my students' room, and he was
it big?
Yes, and he was not going in. He a home now. So I'm like,
how big was it?
Like, just bring this up to my room. And then I think one girl got stung with like something. I don't know, but I was okay. Stop it!
And they said,
you be out in the bush. Stop it.
This is true, and I can't really believe God for no bugs because, like, even when we went to, was it Kenya? I can't remember where we went to, but they were having an issue with some type of bug we had to spray for. But and I just believe God that I wasn't coming in contact with the mosquito. I think the mosquitoes were carrying deadly diseases at the time, something like that. So anyway, I can't believe God, but I just want to visit Africa over and over again. I just love it. I feel like I could live there a little bit, like just live in the U.S. and Africa, just keep going back and forth. I've been to islands. To me, it's the same thing. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, like I want to do Aruba. Someone's probably going to do Aruba for like, you know, my birthday or something. But yeah, I like Africa. That was my first mission trip, and you definitely have a love for Africa. But India is nice too, and Brazil is nice. You know, Europe is nice. So you got to branch out. Just come on, we going to Australia. We'll fight the spider together because I don't like it either.
No, I'm not fighting a spider. It's the size of me. I'm sorry. I am not. I will be running. Would they say fight or flight?
Yeah.
It will be flight for me.
So the spider can't run as fast as you, huh? With his 8 legs. Girl, stop it.
I'll be like the blood of Jesus, God. You know
that's what I'm going into tongues.
You know, God.
I'm going into tongues.
God, you know. This cannot be happening right now. But actually, I remember when we were in South Africa, I remember they were saying when they had visited another time, there was like a spider that was like this big on top of a building. Mm-hmm. And they're like, see, I wouldn't even be able to be in that building.
Yeah, I'm leaving. We're not.
Be like, what?
I'm not going in.
What you mean?
I'm going to a different city.
Yeah, because I'm like, what spider was that? We don't know. What? You know, so. Yeah.
But you went, so you can go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Just pray and believe God. Okay. All right. I think that was basically. What's your favorite outfit? Your favorite thing to wear? How many minutes are we? Go ahead.
I don't know. It changes. So, like in the pandemic, it was tights. Like,
okay,
I want to wear tights all the time. So, and now I'm into like hoodies and sweaters.
Okay, gotcha. Because of the pandemic still?
Probably. I like sweaters. It was a season when I wanted to wear sweater dresses all the time. Yeah, I like heels. And then I'm back to my sneakers now. So like, in high school, I wore J's all the time. Jordans. And so now I've gotten to heels, but so yeah, I'm into like tights and hoodies and sweaters. So it changes as I change.
What is my go-to? My go-to is black pants and any shirt. Like, whatever. I'm pretty much like, I don't know, I'm on whatever. As long as it looks good, I'm good. So, any shirt and black pants. But black, like, I don't know, the whole black.
Yeah, all black is fierce.
Yeah, I like all black. Yeah. And then, but my favorite color grouping is red, white, and black.
Yeah, and I think mine is red and black. I like white, but I like red and black. But I like all black and like maybe some popping shoes. But I think all black is just fierce. There's something about it together.
And I'm pretty much like a no-go on the heels now.
Really?
I can't stand them no more.
Oh.
Like, I mean, they got to be really comfortable. I don't want to wear nothing uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need to be able to walk in them. And, you know, and so I ended up going through all my shoes. Anything that wasn't comfortable, I just got rid of them.
Yeah, I put on a pair today and I was like, ooh. I've worn them only a few times, but I don't think I'm going to keep them. But there's some denim shoes, but they bad. But they
Yeah, because there were shoes that I would just wear, like heels I would just wear at date night, because I knew I'm just walking from the car to the restaurant, or, you know what I mean, and I'm putting my feet up. But I was like, I'm getting rid of all of this. I just got rid of it. I have a couple key heels that are very comfortable, and I can walk around in them for a few hours. So, yeah. But anyway, my go-to is a sneaker or a some type of flat shoe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sports. Do you like sports?
Yes. Basketball.
Okay.
I'm getting into football. My sister told me, like, honey, if you really got into it, you really like it. I love gymnastics. I did gymnastics growing up, and I really like track and field.
You did gymnastics?
And I ran track. So I really, really liked it.
You fast. You know how to run.
Yeah, I did. Like, you know what? My one of my teachers in elementary school, I was doing something. So this is such a bad story. You know, me and my cousins growing up in New York, we used to be like, oh, we're going to just run and see how quick we could jump the fence. Just in case we get chased by the police. Like, who prepares for that? Anyway, so we used to do that, see how quick we could, like, run, you know, get over the fence or whatever. And we had little techniques. And so one day, I used to play fight with boys a lot because I thought, you know, I'm like, I can't be beat. So I'm play fighting. And so then somebody started chasing me. And so my gym teacher happened to see me. He was like, you're pretty fast for a girl. I'm like, what? And so that's how I got on the track team.
Oh, wow.
And so I like that. And then I cheered. So I ran track, I cheered, and I was in gymnastics. And I was really learning the balance beam. But my trainer messed up her leg somehow, so she couldn't really teach us. I was like, it was like after school programs where they really had all of the sports. And so, yeah. But I watch basketball often. I watch football a little bit. Track and field, I used to love Michael Johnson. You know, with his little gold things, he blowing his tongue out of his mouth. You know, I can't think of her name. But yes, I like track and field.
Jackie Joyner-Kersee? She's older.
You know,
I'm older, so
I don't know.
Oh, you don't even know who that is?
So what else?
Okay.
I like the 4x4. I ran the 200. The 100, you had to be real quick out the blocks, and I needed like a couple seconds to get my stride going.
Gotcha.
So I ran the 200, and then we did a 2x4. But like my favorite race is a 4x4, but that's all the way around that field. And I'm like, I ain't no. But yeah, I really like the 4x4. I like gymnastics, the balance being the floor. I like the long jump. Like, I just, I like everything that goes with, like, gymnastics.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right, so our last...
What about sports for you?
Oh, sports for me. I'm not really into sports per se, but I do rep the Steelers. I ain't gonna lie. I'm from Pittsburgh. I rep the Steelers.
Good.
So, I got a terrible towel. I got Steeler hats. I got Steeler sweatsuit. Yeah. Steeler jacket. Steeler comforter.
Like, yes.
I got a Steeler comforter. I do got Steeler blankets.
Right. So, you be cold like, dang.
I rep the Steelers. They are my team. And I am I would say a diehard fan because I rep them if they're winning or losing.
That's good.
I don't do they're losing, they're trash. I ain't throwing my jersey out.
Yeah.
They're tripping. So anyway.
You got money for that jersey.
Actually, all 3 jerseys I have were given to me. Praise God.
Amen.
God is a good God.
He is.
He's a good God. All right. So anyway, sports. What do you think about self-driving cars? Are you a pet person? And what do you think about self-driving cars? Those are the last 2 questions.
Okay. Am I a pet person? So I told my father I wanted a dog when I was like 5. If somebody had a dog, I wanted one. He couldn't get it for me. So when he had the opportunity, he got me a dog. And I'm like, what is this? And he was like, when you were 5, you said I wanted one. I'm like, and I just realized the work it took.
How old was you?
It was like when I got out, I was probably like 8 or 9 or something like that.
It was a lot of work.
It is. I'm like, and then he came up the stairs. I'm running like, and there's like he was a baby, so I had to carry him. It was just too much. I wasn't ready. You know, you see somebody with a dog and it's cute. We see them walking the dog and the dog loving them. We don't see all the other work, the feeding, the cleaning
the
up,
poop, all that. They pee and poop all over everything while you're trying to train them.
I want a nice little dog now. I had a fish that I liked. I had a bird too growing up.
Okay.
It would talk back to me, and then sometimes I'd be mad and just be repeating after me, and I'm like, shut up. But it was cute. I had a cat. We called him Heathcliff because he was like orangey.
Oh, okay.
So I've had a couple pets. I don't have any now. I want a little like small little dog that's cute that I can kind of hold. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really into pets. I don't have time for one. But you know, I don't know. I like animals.
Okay, so I like to look at animals.
Not in your house though.
No, I am not a pet person at all. I grew up with pets though.
Okay.
We always had a dog or a cat or dogs. I mean, we always had pets. I had a turtle. I had birds. I had a guinea pig.
You had a guinea
my
pig?
sister had a rat.
What's her pet rat?
I know.
How was your guinea pig?
We had several. We had stuff. We had several things. So like, you know, when you're young, you're like, oh, I want this pet, I want that pet. But I realized when I moved out of my mother's house and into my own place, that I was allergic to cats and dogs. Because when I moved into my own place, I no longer woke up sneezing.
Oh.
I no longer dealt with sinus infections and allergies real bad and all of that stuff.
Wow.
So I realized I had an allergy after I moved out of my mom's. And then I just decided it's not necessary. And so I now clean houses for a lot of people who have pets and pet hair.
Everywhere.
And it's nasty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all you pet lovers who likes the dog and the cat to be all over everything.
I'm with Mama Ed.
To me, that is so gross. Like, I clean people's houses where the cat sits on the kitchen counter.
No.
And you come in and you have to vacuum the whole couch because the dog has been all over it. So, you know,
no.
To me, that's like a no-go. But I don't judge anybody who does that. More power to you. Just not at my house. Not to mention, I have, been given food that had pet hair in it. And so that's something I also think about too. When I clean people's houses, like when I do clean outs and they have pets, you find pet hair in the microwave, in the refrigerator. Yes. Pet hair be everywhere. It's everywhere. It flies in the air and then it lands on stuff, you know, because it's so light, you know, and then especially to people who run their fans all the time and they have pets as well. If you turn the light on in the air, you'll see hair just like
flowing.
Child. If they don't vacuum a lot, you know.
In the refrigerator.
So
you got a person's house with pets now.
Right. Oh, no, don't say that. As long as they're clean. But, so we have a fish tank with no fish in it because we had a bunch of fish in there. I don't know, it's like 35, 50 fish. I don't know. And they all died. I don't know, something happened in the water. The water got contaminated. They died. So we haven't had fish in there since. But I do like looking at the fish tank. And I would like some fish to be in there. Okay. My first fish was piranhas. And then we ended up, after the piranhas, we got an Oscar that we had for like 7 or 8 years. We had the Oscar for a long time. And I used to hand feed the Oscar. Like, I would feed it, like, put my hand in there and feed the Oscar. He would come up, you know what I mean? I would feed him. So anyway, after that, I was like, I really do like fish tanks and that I can handle.
Okay.
I can handle it with them. As long as they're not goldfish. Goldfish do a lot of pooping. So it's a lot of cleanup. But anyway, we one of my sons has a turtle, and that's about as good as it's gonna get. We got a fish tank, and he has a turtle upstairs.
That's the extent of your pet.
That's the extent of our pet situation. Okay. And self-driving cars. What do you think?
I like them. I like the car to be able to do something, but it's like, I feel like so there's pros and cons to it.
Mm-hmm.
So self-driving car give you a benefit because we're so busy all the time. So while we're driving, we can be doing other stuff, like we're doing anyway while we're driving. So that's why
on your phone doing
eating,
making calls, doing your makeup,
texting, whatever. So it probably is a little bit more safe in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like we're just finding ways to do 10 things at one time. I feel like now. Like, I feel like the challenge to be in a moment. And then like any malfunction, like, are you attentive enough to be able to, grab the wheel, do all of that thing. So I feel like it's a pro and con. I like the flying cars because like, oh, I'm gonna be in the plane with everybody else. Like, but then you can get to see in a private jet. But I don't know. I don't really have a preference. Like I could see for it, but I'm like, this just give me another reason to do 5 things at this time. When sometimes I just need to just drive, or I think it takes away from us being in the moment. I am in this season where I'm in the moment. So if I'm at your house, I'm not going to be on my phone texting and talking to other people because it's like, I'm here. I need to be here. And so I found that there's more joy and peace in a moment. And so I feel like if I have a self-driving car, I'll be like, oh, I could read this book, and oh, I could do this, and oh, I could do that because the car is going to take me.
Right.
So I don't know.
No go for me.
No go?
No go. Only because, well, I'll say this. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day I will have a driver.
Ah, yes,
because I do a lot of driving for work, and I would like to not.
Yeah,
I would like to have a driver. I would like to tell somebody, take me here, there, and everywhere, and I just sit in the back and just do whatever I want.
Right, take a quick nap.
Oh my gosh! So if I had a self-driving car, I would probably be asleep in it.
Yes.
And not paying no attention to nothing.
Yeah. And then it's like stop and park. We're here. It's like,
yeah, I don't even really have necessarily a desire to just be like doing random stuff. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. But I will be asleep because that's what I like to do. And if I don't have to, it'll be too hard for me thinking that I don't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no go for me on a self-driving car. On top of that, I think sometimes things happen, accidents and such like that. And the self-driving car, how equipped is it to avoid an accident?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you see something coming or whatever, you can like swerve out the way or whatever. Does a self-driving car do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're building them too. Because even with my car, like if I'm getting close to a car, it'll make a noise, like to kind of get my attention, to alert me to like slow down. Like on my mirror, a red little, the red triangle will light up to let me know that somebody's in my blind spot.
Right.
Orange is like they're getting there. So the cars are doing more things,
yes.
especially with the newer Mercedes, especially. My Mercedes doesn't do this, but like, it'll kind of drive. You just need to tap the wheel. They got the things where you swing your leg, the trunk opens. I want that stuff, because then when you got stuff in your hand, you're trying to get the button. So you just swipe your leg, it opens, swipe it again, close. So they're doing better with the car. The car's doing more
technology.
Yeah. You got the backup cameras letting you know how close you are to the street.
Right.
So because it's slowly doing that, and like mine, like, it'll, like, if I'm not paying attention, it'll be like, doop, doop, and it'll, like, get me attentive, or if I'm about to hit a pothole. So they have these sensors. But if you hit a pothole and the sensor broke now,
right,
you don't have, so
yeah,
there's a balance.
I'm so sorry. I keep yawning. Lord help me. I've been up since like 6 o'clock. So it's like been a long day.
4:30.
I'm sorry.
Lord.
Yeah, you've been up since early. But I didn't go to sleep till 3.
Oh.
So I got about 3 hours of sleep. And then, 3.5, because my alarm was set for 6:30. But yeah. So I apologize.
She wasn't up praying for me this time, guys.
No, I wasn't. I actually wasn't. So you know how I rested all day yesterday? So I rested, and then when it was time to go to bed, I started doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I started organizing and I wanted to get the summer things out of my closet so my closet can look nicer, and I can feel good about my closet. So
yeah, that's important.
Yeah. So I did that. But anyway. All right. So what's our black business?
Our black business is called Browndages. And so these are Band-Aids that have different color tones. And so here is, let me see the shades. This is Ebony. And this is like mocha. And then this is caramel.
Hold on, I think I'm caramel.
Yep, me and you are caramel.
Yeah, we're caramel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then we have wheat and sand.
Yep.
And so you can put it on and match your skin tone, and nobody knows you have them on. So browndages.
Browndages, Band-Aids for Black people. I mean, well, it's pretty much all races in there.
Yeah, it's just bandages made for all skin tones.
Yeah, okay. So we just want to say thank you so much for joining us. We wanted to make this a light podcast because our last one was pretty stressful. I mean, just talking about government stuff like that can be a bit stressful. And so we just appreciate you listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also tell us what your favorites are. Like we talked about our favorites. Tell us what your favorites are, or just one thing that you can think of that you would like to share with us. We'd like to get to know you.
Till next time.
Till next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.